Hello everyone, welcome back to the fast track revision series of UGC NET Electronic Science. In this video we are going to learn about law of electrical neutrality and also about mass action law. Okay, so these two topics we'll cover in this video. Right? If you are first time to my channel, please consider subscribing and don't forget to hit the bell icon to get video notifications from my channel. Right, so what is law of electrical neutrality? So as the name suggests, electrically neutral. So in order to have electrical neutrality, what we require is total positive charge. Okay, so total positive charge inside a semiconductor should be equal to total negative charge. So positive charge is Nd plus holes. Okay, so Nd plus holes is equal to Na plus electrons. This is called as law of electrical neutrality. Nd plus holes, that is donor impurities plus holes is equal to acceptor impurities plus electrons. Okay, so donor impurities by donating electron, they are becoming positive ions. And plus holes are also positively charged particles. Na, that is acceptor impurities, by accepting electrons, they are becoming negative ions. Yes or no? So by accepting impurities, when you accept an electron, that is negatively charged particle, it becomes a negative ion, and electrons, we know that they are negatively charged particles. So total positive charge is equal to total negative charge in a given semiconductor. Okay, so second point which you have to remember is, suppose for intrinsic semiconductor. For intrinsic semiconductor, there will be no doping, so Nd is equal to Na is equal to 0. There will be no doping, so Nd is equal to Na is equal to 0. So total number of electrons is equal to total number of holes. So and holes is equal to electrons. Suppose for p-type semiconductor. Okay, so for p-type semiconductor, we are having acceptor impurities, so no donor impurities are there. So Nd is equal to 0. So Nd is equal to 0, then P, that is holes here. Okay, so I'll write it as Pp, that is holes in p-type semiconductor, is equal to Na plus Np. That is Np represents electrons in p-type semiconductor. Okay, so Np represents electrons in p-type semiconductor. Okay, so in p-type semiconductor, we know that electrons are minority carriers. So minority carriers, so almost Np value is negligible. Right, it is almost negligible. Sorry. Right, so its value is almost negligible, so we can eliminate this. So what we'll get is Pp is almost equal to Na. So this is in the case of p-type semiconductor. Similarly, for n-type semiconductor, we have only donor impurities, so acceptor impurities is equal to 0. So Nd, so according to this equation, Nd plus holes, that is Pn I'm writing. What is Pn? Holes in n-type semiconductor. Okay, so Pn represents holes in n-type semiconductor, is equal to Nn, because Na is equal to 0. Only electrons is there on the right hand side, so it will be Nn. So we know that the holes in n-type semiconductors are minority carriers and are negligible. So what can we write is Nn is almost equal to Nd. Okay, so this is from the law of electrical neutrality. So next point is mass action law. Third point which you have to remember is mass action law. So what is the principle of mass action law? So mass action law tells you that at any given temperature, okay, at any given temperature, the product of electron concentration into hole concentration is a constant and is given by Ni square. The product of free electron concentration and hole concentration is constant at any given temperature in a semiconductor, okay, and is a constant and is given by Ni square. So this is the statement or mathematical representation of mass action law. Okay, so what is Ni? Ni is intrinsic concentration. So before adding of doping, so before adding of impurities, that is doping, so whatever the concentration is there, so that is called as intrinsic concentration. So that intrinsic concentration is represented by Ni. Okay, so why mass action law is required? Mass action law is required to find minority concentration in a given semiconductor. Okay, so mass action law is mainly used to find the minority concentration in a given semiconductor. Okay, so again three cases for intrinsic concentration. For intrinsic semiconductor, we know that okay, so free electron concentration is equal to hole concentration. So Na like this, for intrinsic semiconductor, N is equal to P, so N is equal to P is equal to Ni. Okay, so that N into P becomes Ni into Ni, which becomes Ni square, so which satisfies again mass action law. So for intrinsic semiconductor, number of electrons and number of holes is equal to the intrinsic concentration only, right? Second, for p-type semiconductor, I am considering it as Np into Pp. Okay, so Np represents electrons in p-type semiconductor, Pp represents holes in p-type semiconductor, is equal to Ni square. So Np is equal to Ni square by Pp. So what does this Np represents? Np represents electrons in p-type. So electrons in p-type are minority carriers. So this represents minority carrier concentration. So from this, what is Pp from this equation? So Pp can be replaced with Na. So it is Ni square by Na. So this is the formula used to find the minority concentration, which are electrons. So in p-type, minority concentration means minority carriers are electrons. So electron concentration, if you want to find in p-type semiconductor, we have to use this formula. Okay, next third, similarly in n-type semiconductor, Nn into Pn is equal to Ni square. This implies Pn is equal to Ni square by Nn, because Pn, that is holes in n-type semiconductors, are minority carriers. So Ni square by, what is Nn? Nn can be replaced with Nd. So this is Nd. Okay, so these are the minority concentrations. So that is why mass action law is required to find the minority concentration in a given semiconductor. If it is p-type, we are going to have electron concentration, which is minority concentration, and if it is n-type, we are going to have hole concentration, which is minority. Okay, so I'll write a small tabular form so that you can easily remember majority and minority concentrations. right? So n-type semiconductor and p-type semiconductor. So if they are asked with majority concentration, okay, majority carrier concentration and minority carrier concentration. So if majority carrier, so what is the majority carrier concentration in case of n-type? It is Nd, because how many impurities you are going to add, that is your majority concentration. And similarly in p-type it is Na. So if any problem is asked for you in the exam and you are asked to find majority carrier concentration, simply it is equal to the doping concentration, almost equal to the doping concentration. Okay, so if minority carrier concentration is asked for n-type, so we have just derived, so minority carrier concentration is Pn, so Pn is equal to Ni square by Nd. Okay, similarly in p-type, Np is equal to Ni square by Na. Okay, so this is the majority carrier concentration and minority carrier concentration. Okay, so this type of questions are very important for examination.